My name is Mahboob Rana. I have PhD in Corrosion Engineering from University of Manchester Institute of Science and Technology back in 1975. Since that time, I've been working on corrosion. I spent 18 years in academic field, established two universities, and rest of my life, almost about 28 years, I have spent in oil and gas, corrosion control, right in the field, not in the office. So I know in and outs of what's happening in the field, right from the downhole to the midstream and to the downstream, the corrosion problems. This is my introduction is there. I have my contact number. I have my email contact. I have my YouTube contact. Let's go to the next slide. As the first slide shows that this presentation is mainly about the intrusive corrosion monitoring in oil and gas. But I will explain to you first what is corrosion monitoring and what is corrosion evaluation. Because not many of the young engineers understand the difference between the corrosion monitoring and corrosion evaluation. Corrosion monitoring is the practice of measuring the corrosive and erosive characteristics of the environment and the fluid. This one, the corrosion monitoring, it does not give you any information regarding the what may be happening on the surface of the pipe wall or surface of the equipment wall, because this measures only the corrosivity and the erosivity of the fluid or the environment. Corrosion evaluation is the practice of measuring the changes in the characteristics of materials, such as loss of wall thickness, loss of ductility, and loss of integrity. Integrity may be from the mechanical or from the corrosion viewpoint. Next slide talks about what is corrosion monitoring technology. Because there is a very much confusion regarding all these technical terms. So the corrosion monitoring technology is cost-effective methods for assessing the condition of plant and mechanism for maximizing plant life cycle and minimizing life cycle cost. In general, corrosion monitoring technology covers the corrosion monitoring strategy, selection of monitoring evaluation techniques, monitoring evaluation locations, corrosion hardware selection, data collection, and data and cost analysis. This slide shows the purpose of corrosion monitoring. Why do you monitor the corrosion? The purpose first is it gives us early warning. What may be happening to the condition of the system. Not exactly, but it relates to the actual corrosion behavior of the material respect to the environment in which they are in contact with. The correlation of changes in process parameters and their effect on system corrosion oxygen ingress means that all those parameters like oxygen or corrosive constituents as they change, they can change the corrosion pattern of the corrosion monitoring evaluation hardware and the probes in there. It also used as a diagnostic tool, identifying corrosion mechanism, cause and the rate controlling parameters such as pressure, temperature, pH, flow rate, oxygen sensors, etc. Selection of materials, mainly the corrosion inhibitors, optimizing corrosion control and mitigation strategy as far as the corrosion inhibitors are concerned. Product contamination, right, can also change the corrosive characteristics of the fluids. The management of maintenance, reduce maintenance and inspection cost. It also comes from the purpose of the corrosion monitoring. Risk-based inspection planning, reliability enhancement, and life extension, safety enhancement, and reduce environmental impact. Because if you can reduce the corrosion accidents, right, you can also reduce these environmental impacts and you can also enhance the safety. Integrity verification of process pigging, pipelines, and fixed assets. Optimize the use of opportunity crude oils in the refinery because as you change the crude, the corrosive characteristic changes. And the corrosion monitoring has to do in that. As the corrosion characteristic changes, the corrosion rate on monitoring devices will change. Then the economic benefits, of course, right, you can maximize your plant life and reduce your cost of maintenance. Now regulate capex and opex because if you know exactly what could be the corrosive characteristics of fluid, then you can make the right material selection and you can also have a control on your capital cost and operation cost. Application of corrosion monitoring. Corrosion monitoring is typically used in the following situation where risks are high. High pressure, high temperature, flammable, explosive, toxic processes. Process upsets expect to enhance corrosivity. Changes in operating conditions expect to cause significant changes in corrosion rate. Corrosion inhibitors are in use. Corrosive constituents are concentrated due to repeated cycling. Process feedstock is changed. Plant output operating parameters are changed from design specifications. In evaluating corrosion behavior of various metals and alloys, potential shifts are used to protect systems or structures. Product contamination due to corrosion is a vital concern. So these are all the applications where the corrosion monitoring has been used successfully. Also, it's very useful in giving you the correct data.